beautiful people, how are you doing? I hope you're doing beautiful well wherever you are. Welcome back to my channel. If you're watching me for the first time, my name is Chinaza, and on this channel I discuss all about wellness. I also give out healthy lifestyle tips, and I talk about Germany residency information. So if you're interested in any of these topics, please do well to hit the red subscribe button down as you're watching this video and be part of what I do. Today we'll be discussing on premenstrual hygiene, how to keep yourself clean during your menstrual cycle and all that. So before we go into that, I want to say a very big thank you to all of you that have subscribed to my channel. Thank you for always making that time to watch my videos. Thank you for your comments in the comment section. They are so encouraging. Okay, during our cycle as ladies, okay, we have sometimes different kinds of colors. Some people have pale red. Okay, well, if your cycle is pale red, you may be having blood deficiency. But if your cycle is slightly dark red, this is normal. Okay, everything is okay with you. You also have dark purple, dark red, and all that. And sometimes with the color changes comes with a little bit of smells and all that. So if you have anything different from slightly dark red, you may want to check with your gynecologist to ensure that everything is okay, especially if these things are coming with some odors that are not usually the way they used to be with you during your cycle. Okay, let's look at some things that you should do to keep yourself clean, to eliminate bad odor during this cycle. The first thing to do during your cycle to eliminate bad odor or to be clean and maintain this hygiene that we're talking about is to ensure that before this cycle you should have symptoms that will indicate to you as a lady that you're about to experience your cycle. Before this time, you should ensure to shave if you're the type that shave. If you're the type that wax, try to keep yourself clean down there so that during your cycle the blood will not be interfering with the hairs, and then you'll be feeling itches and all that, and so that you can have the free flow and everything will come out clean. Okay, another thing to do is to try to wear dark panties during your cycle. It is advised that you wear dark panties. You can also wear dark underwears, undershorts to these are all to prevent stains. Sometimes you may have stain, maybe you were outside, you went out on a particular trip, or you're doing something very important to you. If you are wearing all through bright colors and you do not have spare to change at the moment, or there's no opportunity for you to change at the moment, you can have stains. But with dark colors, even if there's stain, it may be slightly difficult for anyone to notice. And I will also advise that you go with spare. Do not forget to go with spare panties, spare pads, wherever you are hurting, to ensure that you do not go into some kind of embarrassment. Another thing to do is to try to use cotton sanitary pads as much as you can. If you're the type that use pad, try to use the cotton sanitary pads. These ones are comfortable for me. If you ask me to speak on my own, from my own point of view, I think that these ones are comfortable. Sometimes if you use the other ones, they could be itchy. By cotton, I mean this type here. Okay, if you can see it very closely, it is cotton. All right, when you put them on, they are comfy, they are not so itchy, even though some do not have wings. Depending on the heaviness of your cycle, you can decide to have ones that are longer like this. They will show on the back how long it will take. Some are meant for throughout the night, some are also meant for some hours during the daytime. This is cotton and it doesn't have wings. If you are having heavy flow, I would advise that you get a sanitary pad that has wings, so that these wings, when they you put this on your panties, you use the wings to hold by the side and prevent leakages that may happen when you sit and relax. If you do not have opportunity to get this cotton type, you can also get this. Okay, excuse me, you can also get this one is not the cotton part. Also, I want you to remember this one is not the cotton part, and this one, as you can see, has the wings. These wings, when you open this, okay, look at how to make this things easy for you in case you are starting your cycle earlier on or just newly. These are called wings. These two things by the side are called wings. You use these things to hold the panties to ensure that while you are on the move, this pad doesn't go up and down or this way. And when you are using sanitary pads, ensure that the longer parts are in front. You can see that from here to here is longer than from here to here. This side is meant to be at the back, while this stays at the front. Now you may be asking, why do we have this? Some people, after using this, once you remove this like this, you stick this to your panties, and then you use these wings to stick on it. Okay, this can be used for something very important. When you remove this, you're using your sanitary pad, you should keep this handy with you. Once you think it's time to change, immediately you are through with changing, you remove the used ones, you wrap it very carefully. Okay, wrap it very carefully, and then you use this to fold it before you can dispose it in the dustbin. Okay, use this to fold it, and then you see the little clip here, then it goes with it this way. Okay, you clip it so then the pad is closed before you can then dispose it. With this, you do not have to bother looking for other bags, plastic bags or waterproofs as the case may be, to wrap this. This is already enough to seal the used pad before you dispose it in the dustbin. Do not be tempted to put this in the latrine, because this is going to block the whole sewage system and give you some other troubles that you may not really like. And sometimes you ladies may make some mistake of storing this for a longer period of time. This is meant to be thrown away once you are using them, maybe every day. Put it together after wrapping like this in a separate plastic bag and dispose of them, because when you keep them around you, they begin to smell and make the environment very unfriendly. All right, sometimes if you have longer flows, maybe 5 days, 7 a week or so, once the cycle is almost through, but you're still having little things that may disrupt your, or leave your clothes stained or looking very untidy, you can use this thing, this type of pad. It is the lightest pad, which you can just, it doesn't normally come with wings. Okay, and then you use this, just put it on your panties. It's very thin and comfy. It is also made of cotton. Okay, then you are covered that during this period that you're still having little droppings, you are not going to leave yourself stained and looking very embarrassing. Okay, sometimes some people are not comfortable with pads. If you're the type that use tampons, it's also good. There are super tampons and there are regular tampons. If you're the type that use tampons, I would advise that you go with the regular ones. This is better. Okay, or the super, whichever one that suits you. Some other people also go with cups depending on what you want as a lady. Also forget that it is necessary when going out as a lady and you are in your menstrual cycle to go out with a little bag which will look like a purse, but a bag that will contain your sanitary materials, which you put inside your main bag. This bag should contain pads, like we said. These bags should contain baby wipes, because when you are outside, you may not have availability of water or maybe very comfortable for you to start washing. So when you will change, use pads to wipe the stains that you have left before you can be able to put on a new pad. And in this bag, you said you should have pads, you should have baby wipes or the hygiene wipes at any of your choice. You should also have spare panties. You should have, okay, and anything that you use, maybe use tampons or cups, anything that you use during your cycle, they all should be in this bag, so that when you are on the go, you're not embarrassed. When you think that, oh, I'm going for a short distance, I'm not going to be doing this thing, just go on with these bags. As far as when you're a cycle, go with your bags. Let them contain extra pads, tampons or cups, whichever one you use. Let them contain baby wipes to clean you up. Let them contain extra pants, okay, and some creams, so that if you think you are getting bruised, because sometimes with this pad, when you are on the move, that is why it is advised that you use the cotton ones. You may have little bruises. So whatever you use in your cycle that makes you comfortable, put them in this purse and then into your main bags when you are going out. And it's also advised that during your cycle at night, ensure that you use longer pads. These pads have ability to retain this blood flow for a longer period of time and leave you stainless during the night until the daytime when you can be able to change. I also advise that as a lady, you try to use undernet covers for your bed. Sometimes we are just carried away, fall asleep, and you are on your cycle, you're turning, you may have stains on your bed. That is the foam that you have on your bed. But when you have protective sheets, if you have a protective sheet on your bed, this will ensure that the stains that are supposed to land on the bed itself goes on this sheet, and later on the morning or after your cycle you can remove this sheet. Some are washable, some are not washable, some are just dispose, use as you go and dispose. So whichever one that is very essential or handy to you, you can also get this. It's also advised that you wear shorts, underneath shorts or underskirts during your cycle. Even if you're going to be wearing dark colors, ensure that you, if you have heavy flow, you wear undershorts, underskirts during the cycle. Since you have heavy flow, you do not have stains as you go, so that before you are able to change, you're in a meeting or in a class, there's no opportunity to change. But with these things, you're covered for the moment until you're able to change. I also advise that you do regular changing, regular cleansing to combat bad odor, to remain fresh and clean during your cycle. Sometimes we are misled when we have some of this pad and they are giving you 8 hours, that this pad will take you for 8 hours. Okay, it can be true, especially if you're not having heavy flow. But if you're the type that experiences heavy flow, okay, during your cycle, you may not really want to wait for these 8 hours to change, so you don't start smelling. So once in a while, when you feel that the pad you have is getting filled up, excuse yourself, go to the toilet and then change. Use the sanitary the baby wipe or whatever you have that is good for you to cleanse, and cleanse yourself before you put on a new one. If you can use water to wash, which is better, use water to cleanse yourself up, and then use a new pad. If you have a little stain under your panties, change this panties. This is why I say you must go with extra panties, extra pad, baby wipes, whatever you can use to clean and keep yourself clean. It is very advisable that with regular cleaning, regular changing, you combat bad odor during this period, because sometimes you see ladies, it's, you know, even has some bad odor or smell around them during their cycle. This shouldn't be. If you continue like this, you may develop bad body odor, which you do not want for yourself. So with regular changing, cleaning, and all the hygiene tips that you can do as an adult or as a lady during your cycle, you will help yourself to combat odor, because these things, this cycle sometimes comes with different odors depending on what you ate or what you're eating during the cycle. If you consume some for example, leguminous foods, milk or meat or other eggs, you may have your cycle giving us a kind of, you know, different color and smelling it differently. So with regular changing, you are ensured to be safe and combat this odor. Now, in summary, on how to maintain good hygiene and combat or eliminate odor during your cycle, said that you should change frequently or regularly as you can. Also said that you should use cotton pads. If you can, you try to change your cotton sanitary pads regularly as you can. Also say that you should clean, if you're the type that is using reusable pads, try to clean these pads often, properly, before reusing them. And if you're the one that is not using the one that can be reused, try to change them very often. Remember that we said earlier on, you should try to shave yourself before your cycle comes, okay, so that you do not have your hair interfering with the flow and everywhere is looking very itchy, tidy, untidy, and very uncomfortable for you. Also said that you should wear comfortable dark underwears, the ones that are good for you, that will help you hold the wings of the parts. If you're using the ones that have wings that are comfortable for you, if you're using tampons, remember to use the right washing techniques. If you can, use water to cleanse yourself when you're changing before putting on a new pad. If you're in an environment where you cannot use water, use any baby wipes of your choice or whatever wipes that you use as an adult to cleanse yourself before putting on a new sanitary pad. Always remember to dispose those used sanitary pads carefully and properly. Remember that the pack that it comes with is used to wrap it when you've used them, so you can dispose them properly. Remember also, finally, to consult a gynecologist if you're having concerns. Maybe you're having cramps, you're having your cycle heavier than it used to be, you're having a lot of body discomfort, symptoms are so unbearable for you, the color has changed from what it used to be. remember to consult your gynecologist and get the right tips. I will be leaving a link to the video that I made earlier on concerning premenstrual syndrome, so you can get the whole of this video and get the tips for how to prepare before your cycle and do your cycle to prevent all of these premenstrual issues. Thank you for making our time to watch this video to this point. Hope you learned something from it. If you've not subscribed, please do well to hit the red subscribe button down as you're watching this video and support me to grow this channel. Also touch the bell notification there and turn it on so you'll be aware whenever I post interesting topics like this. Until my next video, don't forget to share the video with your friends, your loved ones, your relatives, so they can also learn from these tips and live a good hygiene during their cycle, combat odor and eliminate bad odor during this cycle. Until my next video, I will see you then. Bye.